In one ancient Greek kingdom,
The
at a
morning
time
light
when the
reveals
gods still roamed
everything we
among
need to
mortals,
know.
three
It
beautiful
certainly brings
princesses
clarity
dreamed of
to
what
the
their future
canvas.
husbands would look like.
And then he actually
Mine
said
will
it
be very
right
rich
to her
and will
face.
cover me with the finest silk
I
and the
couldn't
most
believe
beautiful
it. It was
jewels.
absolutely hilarious.
My husband will be a famous general,
I still
and he will
maintain
show
that
me
the
as
poet's
his most
earlier work
remarkable
holds
achievement.
more merit.
And you, Psyche,
Perhaps,
what will
but
your
the later
husband look
verses
like?
capture the
All I want is a love that will lift my spirit, Psyche replied gently. Her sisters laughed. So cheesy, they said mockingly. The two sisters were beautiful, but Psyche was certainly the most beautiful of all. So beautiful that she
The
attracted
dawn breaks
everyone's
not
eyes,
just in the sky,
making her
but in our
sisters
hearts.
jealous. People
Let
from
this
faraway
fresh light
kingdoms
guide
traveled
our
long
collective
distances
journey
just to
forward.
gaze at
The
the famous
dawn
princess.
breaks not just upon
Behold
the
the most
water,
beautiful creature who
but
ever set
upon
foot
a
on
new
earth, they
era for
proclaimed.
our people.
Psyche was worshipped as a true
And so I
deity,
ask you,
and the tributes
assembled
that were
here
once
today,
paid to Aphrodite,
will you
the
stand
goddess
with
of
me
beauty,
against
were now
the
offered to
encroaching
the young and
shadows?
beautiful princess. The offended goddess, filled with anger, watched the endless parade that followed Psyche, while her own temple stood empty. Aphrodite's pride burned with jealousy. She gathered her son, Eros, the god of love and passion. Dear son, she said bitterly, this mortal who thinks she stands on the same level as the gods must be punished. Through your arrows, make Psyche fall in love with a hideous creature. As night fell, Eros descended to the royal palace and stealthily entered Psyche's room. She was sleeping peacefully in her bed. Curiously, the god approached to see if she was truly as beautiful as people claimed. The sight of Psyche left him speechless. Her beauty was dazzling, pure, radiant, and divine. The fact that my mother is jealous of this mortal being is no coincidence, he whispered. Her beauty could eclipse the loveliest among the nymphs and goddesses. But then, in an unexpected turn of fate, Psyche stirred in her sleep. The movement startled Eros, and in his distraction, he accidentally pricked himself with one of his own arrows. Instantly, the god of love was consumed by the very power of his arrows. He fell deeply in love with the young and beautiful mortal he was supposed to curse. Overcome with affection, Eros abandoned his mission. He could not bring himself to harm Psyche. Meanwhile, Psyche continued her life as usual, completely unaware of what had transpired. But something strange was happening. Time passed, and although Psyche was admired by everyone and hailed as the most beautiful woman alive, she remained unmarried. Her sisters, on the other hand, had many suitors and were happily
He insists
married.
the marble column
Psyche,
move.
they taunted,
Cecil, you
you
are
have
too
always been
amusing
adored by
this
everyone,
morning.
yet you are
Please
still
sit down
single
and join
while we
us
are
for
married
tea.
to the noblest of men. Her father, the king, tried to console her. Don't worry, my daughter. Your beauty may be overwhelming to some men, but soon a suitor worthy of your heart will appear. But deep down, the king was worried. None of the noblemen dared to ask for Psyche's hand, as Eros secretly prevented any man from falling in love with her. Desperate for answers, the king went to the oracle of Delphi. Inside the sacred temple, through a priestess, the god Apollo delivered a terrible prophecy. Your daughter will marry a perverse, winged being who delights in wounding mortals and gods alike. The princess shall be left on the edge of the abyss, dressed for her wedding, where she will be delivered to this terrible creature who will bring about her death. The god Apollo was referring to Eros, whom he hated, for Eros had once made the god of music suffer from unrequited love. The king left the temple in tears, devastated by the oracle's words. But Psyche's jealous sisters insisted that he must obey. You must sacrifice Psyche, they said coldly. If you refuse, you will anger the gods and doom our kingdom. The king, heartbroken, told his daughter of her fate. My beloved daughter, by the will of the gods,
You will
we must
burn!
deliver you to a terrible destiny. Your beauty has become a curse. Psyche was led toward the cliff by a bridal procession that looked more like a funeral march. Her parents wept bitterly. Why do they now mourn my fate? Psyche lamented. Not long ago, they were proud to see me adored like a goddess, even while knowing such worship defied the gods. Now carry me up the cliff and let me meet my dismal fate. Abandoned on the edge of the abyss, Psyche awaited her terrible husband. Suddenly, a soft breeze lifted her from the ground. It was Zephyr, the west wind. Gently, he carried the princess into the sky and transported her toward her mysterious destiny. When Psyche awoke, she found herself in an idyllic valley. Flowers of every color surrounded her, and a sweet fragrance filled the air. Before her stood a magnificent palace of pure white marble that shimmered in the sunlight. She climbed the grand staircase, amazed by the wealth and beauty around her. Inside, she heard a gentle voice, though no one was visible. "My lady," said the voice, "everything you see now belongs to you. We are at your service and will assist you in anything you wish." Realizing the palace was inhabited by invisible servants, Psyche felt a mixture of wonder and fear. They bathed her, served her the finest meals, and sang enchanting songs to her. Then the voice said, "Now, my lady, go to your chamber and wait for the arrival of our master." "And what is your master like?" Psyche asked nervously. "They say he's a monster." "Some call him that," the voice replied, "but he is not evil, only volatile." When night fell, the goddess of darkness, Nyx, draped the sky in her cloak. The room was completely dark. Psyche heard the sound of wings and felt a presence enter through the window. Her heart pounded. She could feel his breath on her neck, but instead of terror, she felt warmth, gentleness, and love. The night unfolded in sublime pleasure, and her mysterious husband treated her tenderly. When morning came, he was gone, and Psyche had not seen his face. Each night thereafter, he returned, and their love grew stronger. Yet every morning he vanished before the first light of dawn. One night, curiosity overwhelmed her. "My love," she whispered, "why do you always hide in the shadows? I wish to see your face." "Isn't our love enough?" he replied softly. "All I ask is that you never try to see me. In darkness, we are equals." "I'm sorry," Psyche said. "I didn't mean to offend you." She respected his wish and never mentioned it again. Time passed, and Psyche was happy, but she missed her family. "My husband, I long to see my family. They believe I am dead. Please allow me to visit them." Eros hesitated, but finally agreed. He thought, "If she returns to me willingly, it will prove her love." When Psyche appeared before her family, her parents wept with joy. "My beloved daughter, I thought I would never see you again." Her sisters were stunned. Psyche looked radiant, wearing beautiful jewels and fine garments. "How is your mysterious husband?" they asked. "He is kind and loving." "I could not be happier," Psyche replied. Her sisters, consumed with envy, whispered among themselves. "Everything she says sounds too perfect. I doubt it's all true." "You don't have to believe me," Psyche said. "Come with me, and you'll see for yourselves." Zephyr carried Psyche and her sisters to the heavenly palace.
Do not worry.
They were astonished.
I've
It was
got
even
you.
more splendid than Psyche had described,
Everything
but
will
jealousy
be
darkened their hearts.
fine.
They decided to destroy her happiness. "Do you remember what the oracle said?" one whispered. "You married a monster. He will bring about your death. When he sleeps tonight, take a knife and a lamp. Look at his face, and if he truly is a monster, kill him before he kills you." They left, leaving Psyche full of doubt. That night, Psyche lay beside her sleeping husband, trembling. Quietly, she lit her lamp and raised it toward his face. To her shock, there was no monster, but a radiant young man of divine beauty. Golden curls framed his face, and soft wings extended from his shoulders. It was Eros himself, the god of love. Amazed, Psyche leaned closer to admire him. But then, a drop of hot oil fell from her lamp and landed on his chest. Eros awoke with a cry of pain. He saw Psyche holding a knife. "How could you be such a fool?" he shouted.
Look how the morning
"Is this
light
how you
catches
repay
the
my
stone.
love?
It
By
is
thinking I am a
exquisite.
monster and planning to kill
You
me?
have my thanks.
Forgive me, my love," Psyche cried. "I know I made a mistake, but please let me make it right." "I asked you only one thing," he said sorrowfully, "and you could not do it. Now you will never see me again." Eros spread his wings and flew out the window. Psyche ran after him, crying his name, but he was gone. She leapt after him and fell to the ground. Her injuries were minor, but her heart was shattered. When her sisters heard what happened, they rushed to the cliff, hoping the west wind would carry them too. Zephyr began to blow, and they threw themselves into the air, but the wind did not catch them. They fell to their deaths. Broken and alone, Psyche wandered through the land searching for Eros. Eventually, she found refuge in the temple of the goddess Demeter, where she helped with humble tasks. But she never stopped thinking of her lost love.
Look Look at her, pretending to be so sad.
She deserves every tear she cries.
The dawn approaches, my love.
And with it, judgment. The world is merely a reflection of the soul.
And the soul, a reflection of the sky.